Yeah, I'm right back at you like I never left. I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, excuse me. Welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of My Thoughts. This is My Thoughts 134 on Chad Bird. I have been discussing, well, I've done in previous episodes of My Thoughts. I discussed Matthew 15:24, and it was Jesus in regards and the way he referred to a Gentile woman. Okay. And he said to her some harsh things. And I'm going to let him elaborate on the same scripture because I said Jesus said he was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which means all the whole world now has taken the global scope and believed that Jesus was sent to them. That's not true. Excuse me. He was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So if you're not in the house of Israel and all that, I know people believe, they say, hey, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew, I'm this and I'm that. No, you're not. So this is going to let him reaffirm and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinion on what he's saying. Now he's going to try to wash it all away and make it have some type of inclusion on it. But inclusion don't work in Christianity because it was a gentleman that just passed away down there in Oklahoma, Carlton Pearson. His whole church of inclusion, they bastardized him. They anathematized him when he couldn't say anything else. They made him heresy and all that type of stuff. So don't try to make Jesus and bring it all to inclusion because that's what you're preaching. Christianity is not inclusion. A lot of people is excluded. So you got the Muslims, you got the uh, or they got Jews for Christ, but a lot of the Jewish people and the Christians don't get along. So that's a lot of people in the world that's not included in this Jesus the Christ thing. So let's watch the video. I don't own it. You can go on the gentleman's page, Chad Bird. This is a fair use act. I'm just giving my opinions, my thoughts. I'm giving scrutiny and I'm giving some criticism on the video. It's a teaching moment. And let's see the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. And I thank you for watching. You can go to this page, Chad Bird, and you can subscribe or you can watch the video in its entirety. So let's look at the video.
There's some things that Jesus says that make us stop and say, wait, what? One of these is in Matthew 15. This is when the Canaanite woman comes to Jesus. Her daughter is severely demon possessed. And Jesus, first of all, ignores her. And then he says to his disciples, listen, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Wait, I thought Jesus came for everybody, Jews and Gentiles, for the entire world. Why would he say that? Well, he said that because keep in mind that the ministry of Jesus is part of the ongoing story of salvation coming to its climax in him. And Jesus was born a Jew. He was born of the tribe of Judah in the town of Bethlehem. Salvation is from the Jews, as Jesus tells the woman in Samaria in John chapter 4. He came to fulfill all the Old Testament promises that God gave to the Israelite people. Then, having fulfilled those promises, what does Jesus do? Go to the very end of this same gospel, Matthew 28. Jesus gathers his disciples together and he says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. The gospel, the good news, is for all people. It was accomplished among the Jews. It was accomplished by Jesus, the Jew, but it wasn't staying there. After he has fulfilled all these promises, that good news of salvation goes out to the entire world, so that from Jerusalem to Judea to Samaria to the uttermost ends of the earth, we, all of us, might benefit, Jews and Gentiles, from the accomplished work of salvation in Jesus, the Messiah.
That's the video. The gentleman, Chad Bird, that's him that was speaking. And my thoughts on the video is that's BS. I call BS on that. And he never tried to disregard what Jesus said. That's why I use this gentleman. It's cut and dry. He's flat out. He doesn't understand. He's contradicting himself, but yet still his belief and his core Jewish Israel God who only came for the house of Israel, he goes on and try to soften the landing by saying once he fulfilled all things in the house of Israel and he did everything for the Jews, which is a dang on lie. Because if you go ask Jewish people, what did Jesus do while he was here? If he was some Messiah, they'll say nothing. And they got roughly a list of 100 and some things. Some of them, I think, the fundamental list is roughly around 20 something things, but some people went all farther. um, Jesus didn't do anything that the Messiah said to have done. First of all, he's not out of the house of David. Joseph is not his father. Okay, his father is an invisible man named God. So that couldn't he couldn't be the Messiah of the Jews. Okay, all peace didn't wasn't on the earth when Jesus was around. It said the Messiah when he get here, all peace, all wars, everything will end. That's a lie. Then it says another thing: all Jews, wherever they was at, they're going to come from all over the world and end up in Israel or Judea. Same type of thing. Okay, that never happened. Then you got to understand the temple needs to be rebuilt. Okay, the house and the temple of David that they always talking about. The Jews are saying none of this happened. This gentleman is going on lying to make himself feel good because if you're not telling the truth, you're lying. I'm not calling the man a liar personally, but the way he's using uh, the scriptures and he can use them at his own discretion, he's doing some lying because he's not telling the truth. What did Jesus fulfill? Nothing. So he said after he fulfilled everything he needed to fulfill in Israel, he told his disciples at the end, God and the whole world has been given through me. Now y'all go out and make disciples of the world. That was the start of the spreading of this Jesus work. But yet and still, at the end of the day, my thing is this: Jesus said just what he meant, and that was it. He never said, Jesus said, I am for everybody. He said after he did what he had to do for the Israeli people or the house of Israel and all these Jews and Hebrews, he told his disciples, now you guys go out and spread the good word, which is now the gospel written in the book, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, called the gospels, synoptic gospels. It's really only three, but John came later. He said, use that and spread it and go make disciples out of the whole world. So everybody now can have some of Jesus. I'm not worrying about everybody now having some of Jesus. I'm worrying about that statement he made in the initial part of the video. He said, Jesus say some things that make you say, what? Wait a minute. What? Why is he saying that? I thought we all supposed to have some of Jesus. No, it was flat out cut and dry. And when you read that, that's the way you kept it. And you never said, Jesus said, I am for everybody. You never said that. If you go listen to the gentleman, he never said that. He said when Jesus fulfilled everything for the house of Israel, he got to his disciples, told them, now you guys go out and make disciples of the world because the good news is for everybody, which meaning the scriptures. Okay. So again, what I said initially about this Matthew 15:24, I believe. Um, I hope I didn't say Matthew 24:15. Let me see. It's Matthew 15:24. Okay. This Jesus the Christ is only sent here for the Jews, sent by the Jews, of the Jews. So the Bible is a Jewish survival book, if you will. It shows you the Jews trying to survive and go through, navigate themselves through the world. They was in Egypt as slaves, so forth and so on. It's a Jewish it's a survival book. It's folklore, it's mythology, allegory, and fiction. But it's a good book for the Jewish people. So now you took this Jewish God, turned him into the God of all the worlds, and said he was everybody's, when initially he never said that. So that's my thoughts on the video. This gentleman reaffirmed what Jesus said. He never said at the end of the day, Jesus said, I did come for everybody. He never said that. And I'm saying that Jesus never said that. He said once he fulfilled everything in Israel, in the house of Israel, and the lost sheep, and he saved all his people, which is a lie. He said, now he told the disciples, your job is to go out and make disciples of the world because the good news is for everybody, referring to the scriptures. That's my thoughts on the video. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoom, Connoisseur Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. Be down there with Canoom. Yeah, this is what I do. And I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. This is to show you when you read the scriptures, you have to read them like they are. He said, couple it with another scripture, this and that. I mean, that's all fine and dandy. But one scripture kept in the context of what the scripture is about, that's the way it is, cut and dry. So I can read one scripture. I don't need no 100 scriptures to show me what that scripture is referring to. This Lord told the lady, I only came to help the house of Israel, lost sheep. He told this to a Gentile woman in the flesh. So now after he died 1,000 years later, you said he was an inclusion type of Lord for everybody. But yet and still they bastardized Carlton Pearson, the brother who said inclusion was the thing that Jesus preached. They said, no, get the hell out of here. We don't want that. And let him die outside of the acceptance of all the people that he was once accepted by. So this is a lie. And the Lord is in fact only for the house of Israel, this Jesus the Christ, Jews, Hebrews, and whatever else. It never happened in history, but the Bible, you can have the Bible and the Lord. It belongs to the Hebrews and the Israelites. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching. And remember, education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. So before you pick up a weapon, pick up some knowledge. Yeah.